Now, it should come as no surprise to the 2 or 3 people that tune into my videos how huge of a nerd that I am. Even well over the age of 40, I will still keep reminding each and every one, those 2 or 3 people who tune into my content, how much I love wrestling, how much I love video games, how much I love anime, and so on and so forth. All right, even well into my 90s, God willing, I live that long, or until God pulls my number, I'm going to still keep loving all the goofy, nerdy shit that a lot of people love to crap on. But what really gets me is when you have a genre where you have giant robots beating each other's asses, Transformers, giant monsters kicking each other's asses, the Godzilla and King Kong films, or when you combine both giant robots and giant monsters beating the ever-living shit out of each other, which brings me to the Pacific Rim movie franchise. Now, the first film came out 2013. Second film, 2018. All right? When I heard they was doing a live-action movie with giant robots saving the Earth from giant monsters from outer space, I was like, hell yeah, sign me up. You have this star-studded cast with Charlie Hunnam, Idris Elba, Ron Perlman, just to name a few, in this movie. Granted, Ron Perlman was playing a very shady, shisty, business guy trading kaiju parts of the black market. But anything Ron Perlman's in, he's awesome. But you have Elba and Hunnam teaming up in this movie with each other to lead the front to save mankind from these giant monsters. And in one of these fight scenes, when the robot that Hunnam and his what's the girl's name that's in the movie? His counterpart, Mako, who was piloting the Gypsy Danger, when it was fighting one of those kaiju in outer space, and she pressed that button, and it whipped out that sword and sliced that motherfucking kaiju in half. I said, ooh, that's what I'm talking about. Some old Mighty Morphin Power Rangers Voltron action up in here. Man, if I could hit a backflip, I would have. I mean, that's how hype Pacific Rim was for me, the first one. Loved it so much, I was saying, oh, they're doing a sequel? Say less. And then when the sequel came out, I said, even with the presence of John Boyega and Clint Eastwood's son, Scott Eastwood, I'm like, it was missing the same juice, if that's what I want to call it, from the first film. Like, the story in the second film just wasn't up to par at how it was in the first film. I mean, don't get me wrong. Uprising, not a bad film. It could have been better. And one of the main things that really pissed me off is, how is it you're going to have Mako in the first film, but then they killed her off in the second film? I started to stop watching the movie at that point, but overall I just continued on, and I said, it could have been a better film. Which leads me to my next thing. There should have been a third live-action Pacific Rim movie. Granted, we got the anime that's on Netflix, which is pretty awesome and kicks ass, but it would have been pretty nice to have a third Pacific Rim movie. But due to the fact that the second movie didn't do that well, yeah, like they say, the rest is history. Oh, and speaking of which, while it's on my mind, we are currently living in a kaiju apocalypse. Think about it. In the first film, it takes place in the year 2025. The second film takes place 10 years later in the year 2035. So 10 years from now, we're going to have some more kaiju coming here trying to destroy mankind. But all bullshit aside, the Pacific Rim franchise, if the second movie didn't fail, we would have had a third movie. And I ain't going to lie to you, I wish to God that we did. Because as long as you have giant monsters and giant robots beating each other's asses, you got the brown baldy's attention all damn day long. Just my thoughts, just my opinion, and as always, just saying.